You're listening to the Thriving Mindfully podcast with Ananda Leeke. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by and tuning in. You're about to listen to the Strategic CEO of Your Life series. This series is all based on the lessons that my mother and loving, wise, and well ancestor, Theresa B. Gartin Leeke, taught me through her living and what she continues to share with me as my loving, wise, and well ancestor. That's right, my mom is in the spirit world and continues to bless me with her wisdom. Join me for what I hope will help you step into the strategic CEO of your life, your relationships, and your career. All right, y'all, get ready. It's about to go down. Enjoy. So today I wanted to offer you some practical tips on how you can begin to align yourself as a strategic CEO with the seasons and systems. And so first I want to invite you to get still, whether that is you sitting, standing, or laying down. So take a moment to get still as you can possibly be. And I want to offer this as an exercise in meeting yourself where you are. You may be rushing from place to place. Maybe there's thoughts, emotions that are running rampant in your heart and in your mind, and they have you feeling like you're in utter chaos. Maybe there's fears and doubts and concerns and a long list of to-dos. Maybe there are unresolved issues with yourself and with others. Maybe you are frustrated or angry, not able to see what you're called to be or to do next. Maybe you're simply stuck. Maybe you're overwhelmed with what's happening inside of yourself, in your life, in your relationships, in your career, in the world. Maybe it's just gotten to be so much that you're like, what the fuck? Wherever you are, I want to invite you to meet yourself where you are by taking a deep breath with me. Let's inhale through the nose. Hold that breath. And then exhale slowly through the mouth. We're going to breathe 6 more times so that we have a total of 7 breaths. Let's inhale again through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, making a ha. As we breathe in for the 3rd time, hold that breath and then release it with a ha. For the 4th breath, bring one hand to the belly if that feels good. And now inhale, breathing deeply through the nose, holding that breath and noticing how the belly feels. And as you exhale, notice how the hand on the belly feels now that you have released the air. Inhale again. Hold that 6th breath And as you exhale, notice the sound of it. We're on our last breath. It's the 7th breath. Let's inhale deeply. As you exhale, give yourself a soft smile on that 7th and final breath. Taking a moment to hug yourself. Allowing your breath to be normal and natural. And then bringing your awareness to the sensations in your body. Noticing, maybe starting with your feet. And then bringing your awareness to your ankles and your legs. Observing your knees and thighs and hips. Paying attention to your buttocks and your back. Becoming aware of your belly and your chest. Focusing on your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. Tuning into the neck, the face, and the head. And then shifting your attention to the thoughts in the mind. And just noticing those thoughts, not doing anything about them, just noticing the thoughts. And then giving yourself a nice hug. Thanking yourself for showing up. Thanking yourself for meeting yourself right where you are in this moment. So I'm going to ask you a number of questions, and you can pause the podcast at any point when you may want to reflect or journal, or go get a piece of paper to write down your responses, or maybe just to be where you are. What season are you in right now of your life? What season are you in right now in your life? And so I want to invite you to look at the season in terms of what emotional season are you in? And it may help to use a tool that I use in working with clients. You may want to write a 6-word memoir about the season that you're in right now, the emotional season that you're in right now. That 6-word memoir could be 3 words, 2 words, 1 word, 5 words, 9 words, if you need more words or less words. But just using 1 word to describe where you are, or 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. What season are you in right now? What emotional season are you in? I know for myself, when I answer that question, my 6-word memoir is an emotional season that's described by these 6 words: grief, grace, gratitude, growth, deeper softness. Grief, grace, gratitude, growth, and deeper softness. And so the second question that I want to offer to you in becoming aligned as a strategic CEO of your life with seasons and systems is, what do you need right now to navigate this season of your life? What do you need right now to navigate this season of your life? What do you need right now to navigate this season of your life? And for me, what I wrote was, I need deeper levels of softness. That is, softness in how I see myself, care for myself, show up for myself, communicate with myself and others, serve with my gifts, and make an impact in the world. And a deeper level of softness in how I celebrate myself. The third question I want to offer to you is, what systems can you use to support yourself in this season of your life? What systems can you use to support yourself in these seasons of your life? And so for me, the first system that comes to mind is my Thriving Mindfully system. That's a heart-centered approach to being present, well, and the real you. For me, it's the real me. And this is something that I've been living out for the last 30 plus years. And it is a system that's based on my life journey and the lessons that I've learned and the various things that I've studied and the tools that I've used, the wisdom practices, the self-care practices, the spiritual practices, all of it rolled into one. And so at the base of this system, Thriving Mindfully, it rests on 5 core commitments. The first core commitment is something that I need right now. slow your living. And slow your living is being mindful of what's happening inside and outside of myself. That is taking and practicing my birthright of self-awareness, mindfulness. You may call it self-awareness, you may call it mindfulness. And just becoming aware of what's happening inside of myself, what's happening in terms of what I'm thinking, feeling, and what do I need in terms of my levels of softness for this season of grief, grace, gratitude, growth, and deeper softness. The second part of that Thriving Mindfully system that I need is the core commitment number 2, which is sustain your living, which is all about self-care. Self-care is another birthright, and it becomes a practice in my life when I claim it and I choose to use the practice of journaling. That's what's really calling me these days, is to really record all of what I'm feeling and thinking in my journal, and to spend time sitting, being still with that, and to spend time in meditation, to spend time giving myself Reiki, to spend time practicing yoga, listening to music, chanting, singing gospel songs, drawing, taking walks, playing tennis, reading about astrology, using my tarot cards for wisdom readings, holding and wearing my different crystals, in particular my peacock aura crystals, my rainbow aura amethyst crystals, my tiger iron crystals, and my rhodonite crystals. Those are 4 that I'm working with right now. It is also about having conversations with people that I feel close to, that I feel safe with, that are part of my soul family. And that brings me to the third core commitment that I need right now in my life in this season. That core commitment of Thriving Mindfully is share your living. That is all about mindful communication and mindful relationships. And right now, a lot of the support that I need during this emotional season of grief, grace, gratitude, growth, and deeper softness is coming from my soul family. Some of the members of my soul family happen to be blood members. From my father and my brothers, my sisters, to my cousins, to close friends that are family to me, having conversations with them about where I'm at, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, spending time with them over a meal, laughing, crying, sharing, watching movies. The fourth core commitment of the Thriving Mindfully system, this heart-centered approach to being present well in the real you that I need right now, is serve through your living. And that is all about using my gifts in a way that serves humanity and makes an impact. And so recently I felt called to have a greater connection to my community in person. And so I talked to my family, my soul family at Key Kratom CBDT, and we decided to partner again in hosting the Thriving Mindfully meditation class. This is a class that we offered in 2018, 2019, and some of 2020 before the pandemic. And I really need to be able to share my gifts in a way that gives me a chance to serve the immediate community that I live in and to make an impact on a weekly basis. And so part of this time, this emotional season of grief, grace, gratitude, growth, and deeper softness what really is helping me is to be able to share my gifts in a way that honor the legacy of my mom and my loving, wise, and well ancestor, Theresa B. Gartin Leeke. And I picked Wednesdays to offer the Thriving Mindfully meditation class at Kikkertome CBDT. By the way, it starts October 25th and it ends December 20th, and it's located at 1517 U Street Northwest in DC, just in case you want to come, from 5:30 to 6:15 every single Wednesday. And I'll be at all of the classes except for one. We'll have a guest teacher. So one of the reasons why I picked Wednesdays is because for most of my life, as long as I can remember, when we moved to Landover, Maryland, and my mother founded St. Joseph's Catholic Church's Gospel Choir in 1970, Wednesdays are always choir rehearsal. And this went on for 53 years. My mom recently made her transition in July of 2023. So the choir was still rehearsing, even throughout the pandemic. There were some Wednesdays that were missed because they go on vacation in the summer. And of course, they take breaks throughout the year. But most Wednesdays, my mother had choir rehearsal. And when she first started the choir, those rehearsals were at our house growing up on Manson Place in Landover, Maryland. And so my mother, Theresa, devoted 53 years of her life to showing up and leading the choir and sharing her gifts of music and organization and administration and love for her community, her church community, and her gifts blossom into this institution that is continuing to manifest. She touched so many people's lives. And so as I move into my final months of being 58 and I approach 59 and I look forward to life beyond the 50s, I see being softer with myself by really streamlining how I serve and make an impact, and really streamlining it so that it touches more of the people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis in my U Street community. The fifth core commitment of Thriving Mindfully, this wonderful heart-centered approach, which is also a system to being present well in the real you that I need right now in my life, is savor your living. That's all about self-celebration, and that's about identifying and celebrating your small, medium, and big wins. And for me, self-celebration now is coming in a way that I'm not really used to. It's looking at very small things and looking at how I am able to celebrate the softness that is emerging within me, the space to give myself softness. Like staying in my pajamas, I have the privilege and space to be able to stay in my pajamas and do lots of things from home to generate a livelihood. And I'm really grateful for that, because that staying in my pajamas is one of the ways that I'm able to be soft with myself. That's just one example of celebrating. Another way of me deepening my self-celebration, my savor your living with more softness, is with these simple little tips that I've said on many podcasts, and I share in many classes, and I share in coaching sessions. And it's just this endless series of self-hugs that I am giving myself these days. And I find myself just offering even more hugs to myself. Who knows how many hugs I would have logged. I'm not keeping track, but I just find myself using self-hugs as one of the greatest gifts of softness. And I'm celebrating that I'm using them and that they're wins for me, because they really help me manage my nervous system, my emotions, my journey right now, this emotional season in my life. I am also celebrating that I am using my art, my creativity, my drawing more to express where I'm feeling, what I'm feeling rather, in my journey right now. And I am celebrating that I'm using my journey, this season of my life, to share with you in my podcast, in my classes that I'm leading, in the coaching practice that I have, in the Thriving Mindfully Academy, and the blogs that I write, and the content that I share on social media. So that's how I am using my Thriving Mindfully system to navigate this emotional season of grief, grace, gratitude, growth, and deeper softness. I'd love to hear how you are navigating whatever season you find yourself in, and what you are discovering you need to navigate the season, and the systems that you're using. Leave me a note where you find this podcast in the comment section, or send me a direct message on social media. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube as Ananda Leeke. And you can also email me at ananda@anandaleeke.com. You can go to my website at anandaleeke.com/contact and leave me a message there too. But either way, I'd love for you to reach out to me to share how you are navigating the season that you're in right now, and what systems you're using. Tune in for some more infomercials, Ananda-mercials is what I like to call them, with offerings that you might want to take advantage of right now. Have a beautiful day, evening, afternoon, wherever you find yourself in your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. The Thriving Mindfully Meditation class is coming back to DC, y'all, starting October 25th through December 20th. We're meeting on Wednesday evenings, beginning October 25th from 5:30 to 6:15 p.m. at Gartin CBDT, 1517 U Street Northwest in Washington, D.C. This class, the Thriving Mindfully Meditation class, is a donation-based class that invites you to show up as you are and to bring your presence. Donations will be asked at the end of the class. Give what you can give. For more information, go to anandaleeke.com/movement. You don't need to register. You can drop in anytime. See you at the Thriving Mindfully Meditation class beginning October 25th and ending on December 20th, 5:30 to 6:15 p.m. at Gartin CBDT, 1517 U Street Northwest. Take care, y'all. Bye. Did you know that mindful self-care is your birthright and your superpower for being the real you and serving others in your life, relationships, and career? You get 1,440 minutes each day. You are worth 45 minutes of mindful self-care twice a month. That's right. I want you to commit to 45 minutes of mindful self-care twice a month with my support during the Thriving Mindfully Academy's mindful self-care classes that are offered on the second and the fourth Mondays of each month. Join me on September 11th, 25th, October 9th, 23rd, November 13th, and 27th, and the last class is December 11th from 8 to 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. Go to AnandaLeeke.com/movement to get your ticket. Register now, and I'll see you in the monthly Thriving Mindfully Academy's Mindful Self-Care class. See you then. Bye. I'm super excited to offer the Soft as Fuck Sunday series in DC. That's right. If you're in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area on September 24th or December 10th, join me for an amazing afternoon of meditation, journaling, intention setting, drawing, community sharing with a sound bath meditation, moon and seasonal wisdom, and me holding sacred space for you to connect with the autumn equinox on September 24th from 2 to 3 p.m. and to prepare for the winter solstice on December 10th from 2 to 3 p.m. All of these classes will be held at Key Kratom CBDT, 1517 U Street Northwest in DC. You can go to AnandaLeeke.com/soft to get your tickets for $23. I'll see you at Soft as Fuck Sundays. Bye. If you're looking for ways to inspire and empower yourself to be present well in the real you, and you want to take advantage of some of the things that I use, check out my Amazon store. Go to Amazon.com/shop/Ananda Leeke, and there you'll find the Thriving Mindfully store, which is filled with recommendations on things that I have used in my own life, relationships, and career to be present well in the real me. Check out my 3 mindfulness books, my yoga and self-love inspired novel, Love's Troubadours, my mindful creativity memoir, That Which Awakens Me, and my mindful technology memoir, Digital Sisterhood, in addition to various books, various products, essential oils, crystals, wisdom card decks, all kinds of things that I've used in my own life and spiritual and self-care practices to be who I am today, including the sound bowls that I use, the koshi chimes, the ocean drum, you name it, it's there. Check it out. Thank you for patronizing me on Amazon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. One of the ways that I've been able to prepare myself and to take action from a grounded place in my body, in my breath, in my life is through human design. Human design is an amazing self-empowerment, and it's IN-POWERMENT, empowerment, because it's from the inside out. It's a self-empowerment and self-discovery tool that was introduced to me in 2021 through a coaching experience. And over the past 2 years, I have experimented with it and integrated it into my life, my relationships and my career and my business. And it is a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong experiment. I am now bringing it into a space where I'm offering it to folks like you to support you in preparing yourself and taking action in your life, your relationships, and your career and business. It marries my Thriving Mindfully, heart-centered approach to being present well in the real you. And I use it with my coaching clients. I use it with the Thriving Mindfully Academy members. And now I want to invite you to explore it with me as your human design doula. In human design, you are called to give birth, if you will, to yourself, the real you. And we do that every single day. We do it every single moment. We get 1,440 minutes each and every day. And in each minute, you're birthing yourself. I mean, you're always changing. You're always growing. And so in order to navigate that process, I'm here acting as a doula, someone who can midwife you through this experience, help you understand what human design is based on where you are in your life, help you take the parts of human design that resonate with you the most, because at different times, different things resonate with us, and help you understand it, help you see how you can use it as a tool to connect with your own body's awareness and wisdom. If you're interested, I want to invite you to visit my website. Go to anandaleeke.com/human design to learn more about how we can work together. I offer 2 types of readings. There's a basic reading, and then there's a more advanced reading once you have an understanding of human design. Check it out. There's also a video that walks you through my own human design experience and gives you some basic information about human design. There are other podcast episodes for the Thriving Mindfully podcast that you can check out. Just go to anandaleeke.com/podcast, or wherever you find this podcast, you can look and see in the archive the human design episodes. So I look forward to connecting with you more about human design. Thanks for tuning in to the Thriving Mindfully podcast. If you're ready to be inspired and empowered with my coaching support, join me in the Thriving Mindfully Academy. Visit anandaleeke.com/academy. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper and move past your comfort zone with my one-on-one coaching program, book a discovery call with me today. Visit anandaleeke.com. If you need something juicy to read, check out my 3 mindfulness books: Love's Troubadours, a self-love and yoga-inspired novel; That Which Awakens Me, a mindful creativity memoir; and Digital Sisterhood, a mindful technology memoir. Go to anandaleeke.com/books. All of my books are available on Amazon.com. Well, that about wraps us up. And as I always like to say, may we all continue to embrace thriving mindfully in everything that we think, feel, say, and do. See you next time.